Hi everyone, my name is Maddie, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this very exciting video which is another 24-hour reading vlog, but this time I'm hosting the Readathon. So I was asked by the wonderful Becca at Becca in the Books, who will of course be linked below, to host the first 24-hour readathon of her Bookoplathon, which is a readathon happening throughout September. That 24-hour readathon is on the 5th of September. It is currently 10 minutes until the 5th of September, so I'm taking over very soon. I've had a good sleep this afternoon, so I can hopefully stay awake for the full 24 hours. I'm going to. If it kills me, I am going to, because I need to. And I've got all sorts of fun things planned. I've got live shows, we've got Twitter sprints, I've got some little challenges, just like fun little games for people. And I'm so excited. But in a couple minutes I need to jump onto the Twitter and get started. So very quickly, I am reading Stardaughter. I've just started this. So far I'm loving it, but hopefully going to read the whole thing today. I'm not going to be any more ambitious than that because that's over 400 pages as it is, which is quite a lot, as I'm still in a horrible reading slump and have read 50 pages so far this month. So this would be amazing if I can get it done. But I'm not going to plan anything else because obviously I'm going to be spending a lot of my time running this readathon, so I don't know how much time I'll have to read. But I need to jump on the Twitter, so I'm going to very quickly go do that. And yeah, we're going to run my first ever Twitter sprints and I'm so excited. So quick check-in, it is 1:38. We are just in the last bit of the first set of reading sprints and it's going really well. Manning the Twitter is hectic, but I'm loving it. And I'm actually reading really well. I've got to page 87 of Stardaughter, meaning I've read 67 pages whilst doing this, which is more than I have read any day so far this month. Actually, that's more than I've read total so far this month, so this is definitely helping with my reading slump. I am really enjoying Stardaughter. It's a really quick read, but we do have a gap coming up soon, so I'll update you more then, as I should be reading. But yeah, the sprint's going well. I've got the first challenge set and ready to go, just a nice easy one, just a bit of fun sort of break up reading for people. But yes, I am loving doing this and I'm really excited to keep going. And I've got some fun things planned for later, so I'm gonna get back to reading and manning the Twitter. I'm loving seeing what everyone's up to, it's so much fun. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit. So the first set of sprints and the first challenge is complete, and now I don't know what to do with myself. I've got an hour to spare. I'm probably gonna do some reading. I also wanna like chill a little bit because it's really hectic in the best way doing this, so I need to make sure that I'm like alive in between like the mad bits on Twitter. But I'm having a great time. I am 110 pages into Stardaughter. Realize I haven't given you a synopsis for this. This is following a girl whose mother is a star and her father is a normal human, and so she's half star, half human, and she knows very little about this, apart from the fact she has to hide it from people, and she is very gradually learning that actually there might be a lot more to it than she thinks, and there's a lot we're learning already at 100 pages. I'm loving this. It's written really nicely, but especially it's a really quick read. It's quite easy to get into. It's got quite a fast-paced plot. There's quite a lot happening. Everything about it just feels so magical and so beautiful. It says on it for fans of LAKEY Taylor, and I can definitely see that now we're starting to get into the more fantastical parts of it. It's definitely got quite a lot of comparison to that. But yeah, I'm having a great time reading it. I'm pretty optimistic I can finish it today. I did 90 pages in the first 2 hours whilst running the mad Twitter. And so I've only got 300 pages or 350 pages left now. So I definitely think I can do that if I can find time in between running everything. Yeah, I don't have too much else to say. As I said, I'm gonna have a little bit of a break now. I'm actually having to schedule in when I'm getting ready because I'm doing live streams later and I want to do like full makeup, put a nice outfit on, etc. But at the same time, I have to run things like every few hours. So I'm not getting ready now. I think I'm getting ready after the next set of sprints, which is in about an hour. But yeah, I'm gonna go have an hour's break. I'll still be on the Twitter, obviously like replying to people and chatting to people, but not running something. And then sprints on Discord, which will be pretty much my first time using Discord for something like this. So that's very exciting. But yes, I will catch you in a bit when I've read more of Star Daughter and I have more to tell you. Over here, it is now morning, it's 7 AM, you've just seen sunrise, or mostly, before my camera cut out. I have just started the 7 AM sprint. We're sprinting from 7 till 9 in different little intervals, and then there's another challenge, and then there's my first ever Instagram live, which is really exciting. I am like 20 pages from the halfway point of Star Daughter, and I will give you a better update, but I'm currently meant to be reading, so I'm going to read and I'll give you probably a better update in quite a few hours because it's going to be jam-packed for the next few hours, and then I should get a little bit more spare time. But yes, exciting. I've got makeup on now. I've actually sort of got up for the day. I'm still wearing my cozy jumper, but close enough. So I'm going to go and get on, and I need to read. Let's go. Hello, I've not updated you in a while, so I thought I'd do a quick update. I have done the Instagram live, which went so well. There were like 30 people watching it, which was so much more than I expected. And it was great fun. I got lots of good reading done. Lots of people were getting good reading done. I am definitely thinking I'm going to be doing some Instagram lives in future maybe, because I had the best time doing it. And it's like obviously really easy to set up. You just go live. So I'm definitely thinking I might try and like do it every few weeks just for fun because I really enjoyed it. But that was that. I had a very quick lunch because I hadn't had a proper meal today. I'm living off donuts and croissants and sweets because that's what I need to keep myself alive. And then I have just set up a reading sprint, which is currently going on Twitter. We're starting with an hour, so it means I don't have to do anything for a little while, which is just nice. It means I can actually settle and read myself. Yes, I'm running the sprints from my bed because I'm tired, and so we're sitting in bed to read sprints, which is probably a bad idea because it's very likely I'll fall asleep, but that's fine. But yeah, I'm getting on well with Star Daughter. I will give you a proper update on that at some point. It's a very hectic day in the best possible way. I'm loving every second of this. I may be loving it less in a few hours because I'll be exhausted because we've only just hit the halfway point somehow. It feels like I've been doing this for forever. But I feel like I'm getting into my groove with it now. I feel less hectic. I feel like I've worked out how to manage reading myself and getting the tweets up and get everything ready. So yes, doing these sprints, reading some myself. Then we've got challenge number 3, which I'm really excited for because I'm making people go on a scavenger hunt. I'm sending them out to find as many books as they can with bees in them because it's book browsing blog and Becca's Bookoplathon. We need to find all the books starting with the B, and we'll see what people come up with because I feel like it's just going to be a good old fun time. So I need to get on with reading as we're in the middle of a sprint and I'm not reading, but I will update you in a bit and I promise I'll actually talk about the book soon. Hello, so it is a lot later. I've no idea what time it is, like 7:30? 7:45? Something like that. But yeah, it's a lot later. We have done the big live show with, who was on it? With Spoops and Katie and Ro and Becca and India. Trey couldn't make it in the end because he was ill, but it was so much fun. We had a lot of people watching and people seemed to read really well, and I got within a whisker of finishing this. I now have 8 pages left, so I'm going to sit and finish this now. very quickly, get it done. I am enjoying it still. I think it is going to be a standalone. It does feel like it's wrapping up finally. I have thoughts. I'll give proper thoughts in a little bit. I'm still busy because I'm running sprints and I've got another live show to do for Phase and Gaze. It's a mad day. But I do like it. I think it's shaping up to be 3.5, so not quite a 4, so I don't like love it, but still a really solid fantasy book. I think there's just a few bits I would like to be slightly different, but I do also have to take into account that I did not read it in the best circumstances. I'm tired, I'm reading it very quickly, I'm possibly not getting quite as much out of it as I could if I read it a bit slower and when I was more awake, but you know, that's the reality of how I read it. But I don't know what to read next. I've still got 2 lots of sprints to run today, and I don't have a book for it because I've basically finished that. So I do have Kingsbane, which I have started, so I could continue with this, but I'm not sure I'm feeling it. I'm kind of tempted to do a graphic novel. I do have a couple really, really short ones, like volumes of things, but I don't think they're going to be long enough to fill a sprint. Like, I'd read one in one sprint easily. So I'm not sure what to do. All the other books on my TBR are chunky fantasy, really, so none of them are really appropriate for what I want right now. I do have a book for a secret TBR which could work, but like, am I going to vlog that right now? I don't know. It's all a bit up in the air. I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I will get back to you when I've decided, which is probably going to be after the Phase and Gaze live show when we're just doing the last hour and a bit of sprints. But I'm not sure. Might just do Kingsbane, but that feels a bit like I'm not feeling it right now. We'll have a think. Hello. It is I'm exhausted. It is 12:30. The readathon is officially over. We just did the final sprints. I'm logged out of the Twitter account. It's done. I am a solid mix between kind of sad and kind of relieved. I loved every second of doing that, but the Twitter is so intense, it's just constant. So my phone is appreciating not blowing up the whole time, which is quite fun, but I'm kind of sad. That was so much fun. It was the most communal day of reading I've ever experienced. Like, I've taken part in these things before, but I've never felt so strongly in the community whilst reading. And it was truly just like such a wonderful day. I think we did 4 rounds of Twitter sprints, 2 rounds of Discord sprints, 4 challenges, a YouTube live and an Instagram live all throughout the day. So it's quite a lot in total. And it was so much fun. I read so much more than I expected. I cannot believe I read a whole book. Let's give you what I thought of this book. I'm not completely sure if I'm giving this like a 3.5 or a 4, but it's somewhere there. It was good, but I do think it has its flaws. I do appreciate that it was a standalone fantasy. However, I think the pacing was very off. It starts really quick, and then you have this huge section in the middle where they keep talking about this tournament that's going to happen, but it's not happening, and she's not really training for it, and not a lot is really happening. And you are finding out backstory and relevant information, but I feel like it could have been interspersed in some actual plot happening, and I do not mind long chunks of just finding things out really slowly. And actually that section itself I didn't mind at all. I minded because then the last 50 pages were so crammed in. And I admit it didn't feel too ridiculously rushed, those last few pages, like it got away with it, but there was just no need for them to be so crammed in at the end. They could have made that 100 pages long and either overlapped the 2 sections or slightly slimmed down the middle. Like, I just feel like it was an unnecessarily poor weighting decision, but it didn't make that much of a difference. I still liked it. There were also a few things, I think, because it started so quickly and because of how things were being handled, that were skirted over really quickly, but then became quite relevant later, and so I felt like I hadn't ingested them properly. But as I said already, this was being read on no sleep very quickly, so I may have just missed them. That could be on me. But I did enjoy it. I thought it was a really novel idea. I love seeing a fantasy novel inspired by a very different mythology. This is inspired by Hindu mythology, which is not something I'm familiar with at all, but now definitely want to go and look up some of the myths mentioned in this because they sound absolutely fascinating. So overall, a good read. I would recommend it. As I've said before, I do completely agree with it being comped to Laini Taylor. If you like Laini Taylor's books, but you want a slightly more digestible, quick read instead of her really slow lyrical writing, this would be a really good way of getting that kind of vibe without the really, really long, slow, beautiful prose. So I do think it's a very good book. I could be very tempted to get a finished copy as well because I love the cover and the finished copy is so stunning with like the foiling and everything. So I might. So I did finish this, which I'm absolutely thrilled about. But I finished that about 7:30, so I could easily have read a lot more and I didn't. I did the live show I had to do and I was just trying to stay awake. I couldn't, although I don't feel that sleepy right now, I was really sleepy when reading. Like, I picked up a book, my eyes would close instantly. So it's not a problem, but I couldn't really read. I did read 30 pages of Kingsbane, which is something. So I am up to page 90 in this now, which I'm pretty happy about, if I'm honest. I'm going to try and get this done as soon as I can, but that won't be in this video. And I don't really have thoughts to mention on that though, because I only read a little bit of it. But I cannot stress enough how much fun I had today. Thank you to every single one of you who watched a live or tweeted or took part in the sprints. It was such a fun day and that is all down to all of you, and I am now going to go and sleep for probably the next millennia because I'm very tired. I have not had a lot of sleep. I think I had 1 or 2 teeny tiny little power naps like just before lives and stuff, so I'd stay awake through the live. But that's it. That's all I slept in the last, 28 hours? So I'm really, really tired. And I'm gonna go have a big old lie-in tomorrow and then probably try and edit this video because that's what I want to do. But that's it for this video. I have no idea how long it is. I may well not have much footage at all. I really don't know. It's been a busy day. I don't think I remembered to film very much. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up and comment down below if you took part in this 24-hour readathon or if you're taking part in Bookoplathon in general. I'd love to know. But yeah, that's it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. Bye, and I'll see you in the next one.